Hey guys, it's Kayla. I'm back with another video, and today is Saturday, March 7th, and I am going to share with you some updates on my projects. I've made a little bit of progress on some, hardly any on others, and we'll go ahead and get started. I don't have any finished objects that I'm aware of. I am super close to finishing these socks. I really should have had them done, but I've been crocheting on my blanket. That's like filled my cup this week, so haven't been working on these as much, but I'm literally decreasing and going to do the toe and then weave in the end. So I'm so very close to being finished on these. These are just vanilla socks, tutorial by the Crazy Sock Lady. Kayla, we share the name. Kayla's are cool. Yeah, so love her tutorials, so easy. I'm doing this one on Magic Loop. I'm doing these on Magic Loop. So I had this one finished the last time I talked to you guys, and was to here where I have this, hold still, where I have this Progress Keeper. I made this Progress Keeper a long time ago. Pretty shell. And so I've gotten the rest of the heel turn, decreases, and all the way down to the foot and toe. So about a half a sock, which is good progress for me because I'm not a fast knitter by any means. Let's see. I'll share again the yarn that I'm using. I have a yarn winder. I rarely use it. I like to just roll my yarn up in a ball. Do I ever get it tangled when I'm getting it out of the hank in order to roll it in a ball? Yes, almost every time. Do I do it anyway? Yes, every time. So the yarn that I have, this is, where are my tags? Goodness sakes, they gotta be in here. Here we go. So my main color is Fingering Weight Static from Knit Picks in the color Gummy Berry. I love the orange and purple, the deep purple, and some periwinkle in there. I love that. And what else can I say about this? It's 100 gram. And I'm almost done with 2 socks and have this much left. And then my contrast color is from Oink Pigments. It's their Targhee Pigtail. It's a 25 gram mini. And I've just done a pop of color in the heel. I didn't want to do the toe because this yarn is really soft, and I figured that would be more comfortable at the toe. So I haven't used very much. I could weigh that and see how much I have left. But it is, my husband's in the shower and he's singing. Sorry, got distracted. But this is a 90% superwash Targhee and 10% nylon, so it's just a little bit different combination of fibers than the main one. But I do love how they're turning out. So, hey, hi puppies. So these will be done hopefully tonight. I'm in school, grad school, to get my advanced practice nursing degree, to be a clinical nurse specialist. So I am, that is so loud. Hold on. Okay, so he's still playing the music. It's not as loud, so hopefully we can't hear it, and hopefully I don't get dinged to pull this video down because he's playing that music. He's playing some Clint Black, so good 90s country going on in there. Okay, so almost finished with those socks. I have another pair of socks. Oh, here comes my daughter. She's gonna be on the video. And out of frame and in frame. And out of frame. You used to come on the videos all the time. This other pair of socks I haven't really worked on. I put a progress keeper from the last time. Hardly worth anything. Put it right there, and I got just a couple rows in because I decided that I wanted to knock those other socks out. I would really like to have just one sock project on the needles at once. I don't know, I've kind of been going back and forth with it, but I definitely don't want more than 2. And so currently I have 2. I used to want to just have several going so that one sock project was always where I could just knit and not have to worry about doing the heel, anything that doesn't require anything that requires brain power. I did not want to. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm thoroughly distracted by everything that's going on right now, but I wanted to be able to pick up a mindless project, and so I had several going so that if I was like on the heel on one of them but I was where I couldn't like think about the pattern, then I wanted to have another one that I could pick up. But now that I have this other project that I'm going to show you that you've seen before, my scarf where I'm just knitting in the round, that kind of takes the place of that, so I can have fewer of these going. So I just wanted to have less on the needles. That way I can get done with socks quicker instead of feeling like I'm always working on socks with never finishing any of them. So I didn't get very far on this one, but still love these, and we'll pick these up and start working on them pretty regularly now that the other ones are almost finished. And these are the 2 yarns that I'm using. I honestly don't know what this one is. It is really, really old. It's like I pulled it from Deep Stash. I saw hair. There we go. Pulled it from Deep Stash, and it is, I got it at the local yarn shop ages ago, and I have no idea what it is. I know it's a sock yarn, and it's hand dyed, but I don't know what it is. This is Cascade Heritage, and their sock yarn. And this was actually my husband's. He had picked it up because he had planned on learning to knit, and I mean, he learned, but he never used it, so he gave it to me, and I was really excited about it because now that I'm making a bunch of socks, I can use it. So yeah, this is the Cascade Yarns Heritage sock yarn, and I wonder if it has a color. 5655 is the color, and I have it in my DC bag. My Washington DC bag. It's actually a kid's little tote bag that I got as a souvenir, but thought it was perfect to hold one little sock project in. And then I have a pin here. This says Public Knitter because that's what I do all the time. I knit in public. Okay, so that was my second whip that those socks, and then here's the one that I'm working on where I'm knitting in the round. I had seen Kayla from the Crazy Sock Lady work on a like tube scarf like this with her scrap yarn, and I really liked that style for a scarf, and so I wanted to try it myself. I did want mine not to curl up, so I just put like a tiny little border on it of Knit 2 Purl 2. I think I cast on like 100 stitches. And it is not scrap yarn because I've not been knitting a lot of socks lately, and that's really all that I'm using the sock yarn for. So I don't have a lot of scraps. Are you chewing on? What are you chewing on? So I don't have a lot of scraps, so this is like a new skein of yarn. I don't have my other ones in here with me. Maybe I do. Yes, I do. I brought them. They're in another bag. I've been carrying 2 projects in my purse, and so right now as I'm working on this one, I just have this one with me in my purse instead of carrying all of them. But I do have these others. This one is from my stash that I've had for many, many years as well. that one's a Humble Acres yarn, and it's just a mystery hank. It doesn't have a color name. And then I also have this one. So these are all brand new hanks of yarn that I'm using for this project. And then I'm also using the hot pink to do random, well, not random. After every 3 colors, I do a small strip of pink. So I started with the pink, another strip of pink, and then we'll do it after each repeat of the colors. And like I'd mentioned in my previous video, the sections are not going to be the same sizes. So like this is the same size, and then the pink, and then the next section will be the same size of those colors. But I wanted each of those to kind of vary in how many rows each section is, because by the time I get down to the end, if I don't have enough yarn, or I want to end it at a certain length and I don't have enough to do sections this big, then it's going to look kind of weird at the end if I don't have that. But if I'm kind of varying it throughout the whole project, by the time I get to the end, it'll look intentional. So that's what I'm doing there. And then I just picked up some silicone beads at Hobby Lobby. I had made put one on a stitch marker here. Cute little danglies. And so that's my progress keeper. The last time you saw it, I was right here. So I haven't gotten very far on this week either. And then my beginning of round, which is kind of irrelevant working in the round like this, but it's nice for when I want to switch colors. But it says Barbie. Good Barbie. But the yarn, I love the yarn. These two, I know this one's, the name of this one is Scattered. I can't remember the name of this one. But they're both from Sock Obsessions yarn. Sock Obsession yarns. I don't know where the S goes. I don't know which of those words is the plural word. And then this is the Humble Acres. This is, I forget it. Coats and Company. Fuchsia. And I have it in a mini skein, and I was really afraid that I would run out and I wouldn't have enough pink, and I thought you can never have enough hot pink sock yarn. So I found a place that sells that yarn, and I bought a full hank of it. So I've got that if I run out of my mini skein, and then I can use pink with anything else, because most of the sock yarns that I have some sort of fun pink or hot neon type colors that it would go good as even like a contrasting color or whatever. So yes, well, I'm gonna put this back in my purse. The rest of the yarns are in the bag that I made. That just has cute little sheep with flowers on them. And then I chose the green fabric because I thought it looked like a field. Okay, this can go back in here. What is that? Buying stuff in my purse. Oh, that needs to go to work. Okay. So this is now ready to go wherever I need to go. And this is ready when I'm ready to change colors. You know, that one. Okay, so this one is another work in progress. I just started this. I have missed testing patterns, so I have signed up to test a tote bag pattern. It's called the Retro Wave Tote Bag. And the designer's name is Kelsey. She is on Instagram as Kelsey Ravi Crochet. I believe that's how you say Ravi. But anyway, so I have just gotten started with starting the waves. And I'm going to get a big chunk of my homework done, or studying, paper writing, whatever it is. I'm going to get a big chunk of that done today. And then I'm going to spend a big chunk of time knocking out this this tote bag to test this pattern. So far, it's written really well. First one that I've tested of hers. I'm really excited. My daughter, I showed it to her. She wants me to make it for her, so she picked out the colors. And so I have some scraps left over. If you've been watching me for a while, you may be familiar with my heart on your sleeve cardigan, I believe is what it's called. It is a heart cardigan that I tested, pattern tested for someone. And this is from, let's see, this, and this are all from that cardigan. And so this is what I have left over. As I got started, I realized I probably do not have enough of this to make the, Ruby, get out of there. I don't have enough to make the current project right now. So darn, I had to go buy more. Oh gosh. Don't knock my camera over. So I had to buy more yarn, and I went ahead and bought it this week because it's on sale. And there's 2 more colors I'm going to add into the project because I'm not to those parts yet, but this, these will also go with it. I think they'll go together great. It'll be fun. And I put this in, this is like a toiletry bag. My mom gave it to me. I don't even know what brand it is. I don't think it's like, oh, it's 31. It's a 31. You remember those bags? 31. It's got a little zipper on the outside, so it makes a nice project bag. Oh, and I'm going to be lining this bag. Man, always get yarn fibers in my mouth. I'm going to be lining it with this fabric that, there, got it. I got this fabric at a churchyard sale, and it was like the last couple hours that they were going to have the sale for the year. And so they had paper sacks, and you could fill up a paper sack for $1. And I crammed one of those paper sacks full of fabric, which was perfect timing with Joann Fabrics going out of business. So I was like, well, I'm going to snatch it. That way you never know when you're going to need fabric. And it worked out because I needed fabric for this. So my daughter picked out this very wild and bright fabric to go on the inside to line it. But I love it, and I think it actually goes perfect because it's almost like, let's see, several of the colors in here are just like a lighter version of these bold colors. And so it'll be a nice surprise when you open the bag and see there's the purple. When you open the bag and see like this beautiful pop of color. I don't know. Does anybody else love lined anything that when you open it up and it's just a fun surprise? Like even purses at the store, regular purses at the store. If you open it up and it's like tan or brown or whatever, you're like, okay, whatever, you know. But sometimes you open it up and it's like, oh, what a fun surprise when it's a fun pattern or whatever. Just even if it's stripes like this one. I just love when there's a different inner lining. So that's what I'm working on now. It's going pretty quickly. I just need to sit down and do it. And so I will allow myself to do that once I get some of my schoolwork done. Sit this in here without getting it caught. But it's a nice size bag. Fits all that perfectly. Let's see. I think the only thing I have left that I'm going to show you right now is the, set this over here that way I can get to it, is the Barbie inspired crochet blanket that I've been working on. This one is going a lot faster than the last blanket I worked on. I literally can't put it down. I'm enjoying working on it so much. It's shell stitch, which I love. And when I'm changing colors like this, it's just so entertaining. The potato chippy stuff, you know, like Oh, I only have one more row until I change colors, and I can't wait to see what it looks like when I change colors and add that one in. So it has been going super fast. And so this blanket, in case you are not aware, is just a blanket of colors that kind of remind me of Barbie or pink in some form or fashion. And so there are some darker colors and colors that are not pink to give it some contrast and boldness, but also the colors are in some other part of the other yarn. So like this gray yarn that's in here has other colors in it, like the tweed in it. And then some of the yarns are speckled and they have some of the other colors in them. So I feel like they go together. But yes, I now finally have all of the colors in it that are going to go in it. I just have to keep going and change the colors again. And I'll explain that a little more here in a second. But this is what I have so far, all of my colors. And then last time you saw it, I had gotten all the way to where Barbie's hanging out. And I have since done 1, 2, 3, 4.5 more color blocks. And of course, my favorite one is the hot pink. But I love all of them so much. This one is fun. I was really excited when I found this yarn because I'm like, the yellow in it reminds me of her blonde hair. So now with the help of my daughter, because I was trying to figure out how to move forward here with the colors, I'm going to finish this section and then I'm going to tie it off. I was going to keep going and then start back over with this section and then keep going. So like all these stripes and then continue with more stripes, right? But then I was talking to my daughter and she was like, it would look good if you like started going back the other direction with the colors. So like next doing this color and then next doing this color so that they mirror each other, if that makes sense. So I want to do that. But as I was looking at this, I was like, I don't want this to be the center because that hot pink, like visually balancing it, I feel like would look better if it were towards the outside of the blanket. So rather than this be the outside and this be the center, I feel like the hot pink needs to be further out. So I'm going to finish this off and then I'm going to pick back up here with this color and then work out. So pink, gray, light pink, this blue variegated, if that makes sense. And then the pattern I'm using comes from this A Year of Afghans book that I got from my mom, who probably got it from my grandma. I am using the pattern Victorian Summer, which this is what it looks like in the pattern book. And there's a beautiful border on it, but I'm feeling like now that I've started with all of these colors, that this is a little too busy. It's a little too much, even if I do it in a solid color, for what's going on in the blanket right now with the colors that I've chosen. And in the last blanket, I did a single crochet. It took forever, but I did a single crochet, multiple colors going around, and I loved it so much. So simple, such clean lines, and I feel like that would be a nice balance to the busyness that's going on with the blanket right now. But because it's so simple and I can't choose one color, I'm going to use all of them. And I'm going to use them in the order that I started using them in the blanket. So once I get the rest of it done and then I start to go around the blanket with the border, I'm going to start with this color, do one round of single crochet, this color, 1 round of single crochet, then this one, etc. Okay, so then I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds of single crochet as the border. I'll probably go crazy with that, but I'm also excited. Like, it'll take a little bit to do that, but I'm also excited. I think it'll look cool. So that's the plan. I'm really excited about this. And so it'll be a decent size. So like if this is the middle, it goes all the way, you know, it'll be as wide as my wingspan. And then, let's see, it is, yeah, taller than me. It will be a perfect size for like a, probably fit a twin size bed, just like my other one. I've wanted to work on this blanket for so long, and I told myself I would not start this blanket until I was done with my other one. And I finished my other one, so now I'm working on this one. And this one's going pretty fast because I work on it in the evenings when I'm at home, because I don't take this with me. It's just too much. But I have it in my Barbie bag that I made. This tote that's got all the yarn in it. And my daughter helped me draw this digitally, and then we printed it. But it's Totally Hair Barbie, who is totally my favorite Barbie. And I forget what I was saying. Oh, so this lives beside me in the living room, in my chair. And so our church has been doing a like read the Bible together thing. It started this year, and we're gonna read through the whole Bible in 2 years. So we're not going through it really fast. But my husband and my youngest daughter and I, because my older two, they don't live here anymore. They've moved out. They've moved out. So the 3 of us sit in the evenings and listen to the Bible together. And I sit and I crochet. So I've literally done all of this listening to the Bible. We are in Exodus. We've been through Genesis, Job, back to Genesis, Exodus. We're almost finished with Exodus, and we've been reading a lot of Psalm at the same time. So like we'll read a chapter in Genesis and a chapter in Psalm. Yeah, so we've read quite a bit. And I haven't been working on this since the beginning of the year. Once I started working on it, we were listening to the Bible, so that's the time that I work on it, because I can pay attention easier when I'm doing something like this with my hands. So I do love it for that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the blanket when I'm finished. I do love it. The last blanket I kept. I put it, like I sleep with it at night. It's on my bed. I love it. It's so comfy and soft, and the yarn that I'm using is the same. So it's a combination of, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby and Big Twist that I got at Joann's, which now I think they carry at Michael's. But both are very soft, standard 4-weight yarn that I do like. I will say when it works up, it's slightly different. So this, let me think. Well, maybe it's not too bad. So this is Big Twist, and I love this yarn. It's not too different. This is just, feels slightly thicker. But it's not, I mean, when it's all said and done, it's not that big of a difference. But I do love the variety that it's creating. Being able to use two different brands of yarn so that I can get even more fun colors that I think look cool together. Yeah, so I believe this is a project on Ravelry. If it's not, I will get to that and make sure it's in there. I'm not going to put a lot of details below, but I will link my Ravelry project. link so you can go in and look at my projects and get the information there, and I'll try to keep those up to date. With my busy life with going back to school, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on video editing or putting stuff in the description or whatever. So yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, something fun. So our church is, over the next couple of years, is going to be getting bigger. They're building, they're remodeling, because we're running out of space for everybody that goes to church. We just keep growing, which is a wonderful problem to have. But through that, we're trying to raise the money that we need, not necessarily fundraise, but like the donation, the tithing that goes into the church is to make the church bigger, right? So part of what I want to do is anything that I happen to make with my hands, like this or jewelry or whatever, if I sell it, I'm not selling it, but I will and accept a donation that will go 100% to that initiative. And so this past week, I got rid of 2 things and got a donation, and I have something else that I'm getting ready to start, cute little hat, and then I'll get a donation for that. So that has officially began, and I'm so excited about that. I know God will take all of that and multiply it immensely, so I have no worries about that, and I have no worries that our church will get the funds that it needs to grow and be what it needs to be to welcome new people. So I'm excited about that, and I love that I can make things and people can have them. And it's like, I'm literally like, you donate what you want. I don't even care. I don't even care if it's a penny. God will make it what it's going to be. Since I'm on this topic and it's sitting right here, let's see if I can get to it. I have a bunch of scrunchies. These are so old. As in, like, I started making these so long ago. I just need to finish them. But they're like big scrunchies. You know, the big thick scrunchies? I actually think I have a couple that are already finished in here, so let me grab those. Oh, this isn't good for my back. Okay, here we go. Well, I found one. That's good. You get the picture. Okay, so here's one that I made, and it's got sushi all over it. It's a cute little scrunchie. And so I figured these would be nice things to kind of throw in the bucket, because I have like this little crate bucket thing that's got all these things in it. And so I have these where I can make some scrunchies. So I did like an assembly line type thing. That's how I got so many like this, with very few that I have completely finished. So I will do that soon. But if you want to see some of the ones that I have got here, I think they're so pretty. So like, I've got one that's all of this, and I've got one that's like half and half, so it'll end up being half this, half that, which I think is super cute. And then I have a full one like that. Okay, this one's fun. Look at the cows, aren't they so cute? And then cow print. And then, yep, here we go. See? I just think that's so cute. This one, so these will be ready when it gets warm again, because it better not get, or when it gets warm again, when it gets cold again, because it will not, I don't want it to get cold again now. These can wait till this next winter. I have a plaid one, and I have, oh, this one's seen better days. Oh, that's not a hole. Okay. Thought that was cute. Very festive. Let's see, where's it at? I don't think I have any more like that. I thought this one was so cute. These little, what are those, French bulldogs? Maybe? And then I have the black. And then I have the half and half. I was really on a half and half kick here. So that one's fun, bright colors. With this one. And then I did a half and half with those two. And then here is this set, which I don't know if I would sell them. I'm not even selling them. They're just donation. But if I should do it like, you get a bundle of 3 that are all kind of coordinating. But then like, who wants scrunchies that are 3 scrunchies that are that close together? So maybe I won't. And then the plain cowl. This was gonna be, it's not even inside out, but it's musical notes. And then this one's, I don't know what kind of material it is, but it's kind of stretchy. It's like a tie-dye. I thought that one would make a fun little scrunchie. Anyway, so I have a lot there that I can get done. Oh, and I did this one thing where it's like watermelon seeds, and then I did the green and just tied it on a hair tie so that it's like a little bow thing. I thought those were cute. That was pretty easy to make. Maybe I'll make some more of those. But that's pretty much, oh, I gotta grab this one out because this is cute. I made the watermelon one. Isn't that so cute? So they look a little different, but. So I'm just making random things. Like I like to make earrings and stuff like that. And so I'm just throwing it all in the bin. So if someone's interested in something that's in there, then I'll be like, okay, it's yours, any donation. Okay, I think that is all that I have right now. I have some things that I need to get done and some things that I want to get done. So I don't know if I'll be able to, this next week is pretty busy, so I don't know how much I'll actually get done before I can make another video. I'd like to make some progress on stuff before I do that. So you may not see me for a couple weeks. We'll see, I don't know. But thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.